cities in our state are inundated with homeless individuals who have no shelter. In the city of Eugene, we have anywhere from 1,700 up to 2,000 homeless people that are in the point of time count in the last few years. We have a housing crisis in terms of availability for affordable housing, for workforce housing, and for missing middle housing. Our vacancy rate in Eugene is less than 2%, and most of our cities around Oregon are experiencing the same difficulties. Not enough housing supply for the people who need it, and then we have the divergence between incomes in the state of Oregon remaining relatively flat while housing prices and expenses continue to rise. And so that is a recipe for, I don't mean to be hyperbolic about it, but it is a recipe for disaster. Some of my colleagues on the national level, I'm participating with the National League of Cities and the 18-member task force on housing and homelessness. I just came back from a meeting in Washington, D.C. about that. It is happening all over the country, from Bozeman, Montana, to Miami, to Washington, D.C., to Portland, to Eugene, to Redmond, Bend, Sisters, all over the country. And so we are trying to affect not only state policy, but federal policy in terms of closing the gaps that need to be closed, helping people to get into permanent, affordable housing, looking at what it is going to take in terms of the toolbox to be able to build affordable housing and to also expand the housing stock in other areas. So we are looking to work with the governor and the legislature. There are some bills proposed right now that deal with zoning. House Bill 2001 is one of those bills. And we look forward to working with the legislature on being able to craft the kind of housing solutions that are appropriate for local cities while retaining local control over our zoning and land use policies, which is incredibly important to all of us who live in the state of Oregon. So for the 241 cities in Oregon, we know that we can get this done, but we cannot get this done alone, and we need the partnership with our state legislature, the governor, and with the federal government in order to change this cycle from moving in the direction that it's moving and get us housed and get our people taken care of. And so with that, I want to turn over to infrastructure, finance, and resilience investment over to Peter Fernandez, Public Works Director from Salem, and Chuck Bennett, Mayor of the City of Salem.